Namaste. Hello, 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 community. It's about 10 o'clock and we are live coming to you from my home studio. Say hi as you come on, pop on, and where you're viewing from. I see a few people are on already. Hi, everybody. This is my first time doing a YouTube live stream. So I'll introduce myself as soon as some more people come on. But say hello to each other. I might be able to see, I hope I can see some of your comments as you pop on. Oh, someone gave a like. Hi, Annie. Annie is our director, our leader, our owner at Sun and Moon. Love you too. Love you too. Wow, here we are together in our digital space. Hi. Oh, good. Say hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm here from Northern Virginia. I'll know a lot of you, but I have a feeling I won't know everybody. Oh, hi, Mary. Oh, this is fun. Isn't this nice? Yeah. Aurora, one of my Mason students. Oh my gosh. Hi, Rixie. Ready to practice in Fairfax. Yeah, let us know where you're coming from. It's awesome. Oh, doesn't this feel nice just to be together? I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch more people coming on, so I want to give everybody time. Deb, oh, I know so many of you. Someone from Ohio. What? That's awesome. Ginger, how did you find out about us? Are you a former Sun and Moon person? Someone from Arlington. Part of the teen class. Oh, I hope that maybe you're practicing with your teen, or maybe you're the teen. Okay, Ginger used to be part of our community. Oh, what a beautiful community we have. How lucky are we? How lucky are we? Okay, so how's everybody doing? How's it going out there? Wow, how's it going? We really need our practice. Boy, do we need our practice. I have so much gratitude for the practice. I have so much gratitude for the studio, for all the things that we have to support us, to support the collective. The yoga community is amazing right now. I don't know if any of you are on social media, but everybody is out there just trying to figure out how to get online to try to keep the vibe going. Yeah, Betsy's here, Karen. Hi, everybody. Oh, you're all so supportive. Thank you. Oh, you're filling up my heart and fill each other's hearts. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, it's so good to see you. We are hoping to keep this kind of thing going. We don't know how long. There's so much unknown happening right now. But let me introduce myself. So it's been about 3 minutes. There's a bunch of people on. It's great. So I'm Dena Jensen, and I teach at the Fairfax studio at Sun and Moon here in Northern Virginia. And our studio is amazing. It's a locally independent, passionate studio, kind of a leader in the community. And Annie and Amir are our fearless leaders, and it was a hard decision for them, but they did need to close the doors for the greater good, for the public good. This is what we do. We know we're all connected. I mean, talk about yoga teachings. The yoga teaching is we are all one. We're all one. We're in this together. So we're supporting each other. We're holding each other. And when it became clear, as rapidly changing events made it clear, that for the public good, we really needed to close the doors to protect our community. Annie and I just started brainstorming what we could do and came up with this platform and just wanted to pop in. And we're going to try to come, I think, every day at 10. That's some sort of idea, but be patient with us as we kind of figure this out. I'm assuming you all can hear me because I haven't heard anything about you can't hear me. So let me know, like, how is the volume? As we go through, I'll try to kind of read the comments as I'm practicing to see if I need to make adjustments. So just like give me a thumbs up or tell me if the volume is good, let me know, that kind of thing. So we're hoping to come in frequently, at least once a day, maybe, but Annie's getting other videos up on the YouTube channel. I have my own personal YouTube channel. It's not going to have nearly as much yet as Sun and Moon, but you're welcome to follow me too at Dena Jensen. Just kind of give that a search. We'll do that. Okay, volume's good. Rixie said volume's good. Great. Okay. And social media, Sun and Moon will be on social media doing all kinds of things. I'll be on social media, on my private social media. Instagram, I'll be on there a lot. So we're holding each other. We're here for each other, right? We're all in it together. We're all in this together. So today, this morning, I just thought, I know a lot of you, I'm sure, are home working. Maybe even pop in there and let us know, what are you doing today? Are you home with your kid? Are you a college student home? I teach at George Mason and my son goes to VCU. And I know, like everybody in Virginia, I think the spring break is extended for a week. So maybe some of you are college students at home. Or maybe you're home taking care of your children, or you're teleworking, or if you're in the healthcare profession, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. We're here to support you. We're here to support you if you work in the nursing home, or if you have people in the nursing home, loved ones, or if you have older people in your life. If you work in the ER or a general doctor's office, or if you're a doctor or nurse, this is all for you. This is all for you because, boy, we need to really support you. We need to support you. Okay, so lots of people saying volume's good. Home with teenagers. Get those teenagers. Grab them. Let's all do yoga together. Let's all breathe and move. So I'm calling this like let's move and breathe together. That's our class. You don't have to have anything special. If you happen to have a blanket, grab it. If you happen, it can be just a throw blanket. The thicker, the better. Or if you have a towel, you could use a towel. So I won't get started just yet. Make sure you get what you need. If you have a couple of blocks, grab them. It's not block dependent. It's just some of you might want the blocks, but I know not everybody has a home practice, so you don't have your supplies. But this is a great time for you all to figure out how to get a home practice going because it's going to support you. Okay, we're going to support you in that process. Maybe a strap. If you don't have an actual strap, then you can use like a belt from your bathrobe or a tie or just like a regular belt. So start being creative. Look around your house, see what you have. Some of this you can just like do in bed or warm up. You can just do in bed. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but if you do have a space, then you can get into your space. Maybe some of you in your jammies. I'm not in my jammies. I got ready for you guys. I got ready for you. Okay, so glad to be here. Oh, hi, Deidre. Oh, it's so good to see you online. Okay, this is awesome. So grab your partners, grab your kids, grab anybody who is around. Let's do some yoga. Let's do some yoga. What we're going to do is center. It's going to be really important that we center because we're going to send out all of this grounding and good vibes to the world, to the collective. I want to show you a way that I center with all my classes, and it's a supported back bend. And because we're all like on our computers checking the news constantly, we're a little closed up right now, or we're teleworking and we have our hands in front of us. So I'm going to show you a way to open up a little bit, and that does use a blanket. So maybe you have a towel or a blanket, something long enough that we're going to roll up and put it under the spine. And then something else that can be on your head that's about the same level. So be creative. Like grab your couch cushions, grab anything that you can. You could use a foam roller. I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to get centered and be in the present moment. And the most important part of this practice is for you to just follow your own breathing. I'll cue you through the breath. And like I tell all my students, the most important thing is for you to breathe naturally. So sometimes my rate of speech is just too fast or too slow for your breathing. So just breathe. That's your breath brings you into the present moment. And that's what we need to do right now, is to be fully present in this moment with our breath. And in yoga, we try to breathe in and out through the nose as much as possible, which filters the air, slows down the breath, and just warms up our breath. Okay, calms down our nervous system. So we'll center. We'll do a couple warm-ups on our back to ground us, to have the spine supported. And then we're going to stand up. Or no, we'll do some six direction stuff, cat cow, things like that. And then we'll stand up. We'll do a couple sun salutations. We'll do some flows. I'll keep it slow. Do what works for you. Always listen to your own body. The most important part is that you just breathe and are present. And then we'll do a little cool down and absolutely do some Shavasana. Okay, so I'm going to hop on the mat quick if there's anything else that you have a question, and I'm assuming volume is still good and everything is still good. The class will be, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or something like that. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, so let's find your space and get on the mat. I want to show you how you can open up your heart space for more breath, for sending love to everybody, sending so much love to all of you. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pop in. This is my home studio here in Fairfax. To begin the centering work, if you have anything that looks like this shape, okay, a blanket, a towel, anything, I like to roll it up from the long end because it will support your whole spine. So if you roll up your blanket or your towel, anything that you have, and just put it lengthwise on whatever surface you're practicing on. Again, you could be on your bed. You could use, if you have a foam roller, it's a little bit harder of a surface, but a lot of times I will use the foam roller instead of the blanket. So you could use a foam roller for this. At the top of the blanket, you'll want something here. And if you've got a block or if you have a blanket or something, you can do this. So I learned this from Julie Goodnestead, and she's a yoga person who's also a PT person. This is actually a PT exercise that I've incorporated into all my yoga classes, and all my students really love it. I love it too. So this is generally what you want your centering to look like. If you don't have anything that looks like this, just lie on your back. If you are someone that would rather be sitting, that's fine. You can sit and do this. Let me show you what lying down would look like. So I keep everything up on the blanket. I don't sit on the mat at all or sit on the floor at all. I'm on my blanket. Keep the chin tucked in and roll down your spine and put your head on something. And you want to try to get the forehead and the chin level, or the forehead can be a little higher. And then arms out, maybe at shoulder height with your palms up, or down by your side if that would feel better, or somewhere in between. Knees bent, feet are on the ground. You can play around with where to put the feet. So I'm going to come up just so I can talk a little bit more into the microphone to get you centered, but take a moment, okay, and either lie down or get up on your props and open up your heart. If there's some other way that you like to do a heart opener, so many of your yoga students, then please, do that. Keep taking care of yourself, okay? So settle in and let's hear some chimes. I'm gonna chime in 3 chimes. Listen to the sound of the chimes to bring you, the sounds bring you into this moment. With each chime, you might say to yourself, I am calm, I am grounded, I am connected. Or just listen to the chimes. Here we go. And now begins yoga, the union of the body, the mind, and the spirit or breath. Please take a conscious breath in through your nose and be present for that whole inhale. Exhale through the nose or your mouth. Start to let go, relax. On the second breath in, breathe in love and compassion for yourself. And on the exhale, please breathe that love and compassion out into the world. On your third breath in, breathe in what you want more of right now: calmness, groundedness. And exhale your worries, just for this exhale. I'd like to guide you through a brief meditation. Please listen to the words. I do this in all my classes. It's a Thich Nhat Hanh meditation. Or if my rate of speech is matching the way that you're breathing, then breathe with it. And the breath doesn't have to be really, really deep, just nice and smooth. Okay. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I feel my breath as it deepens. Breathing out, I feel my breath as it slows. Breathing in, I calm my body and my mind. Breathing out, I'm at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I'm in this moment. Breathing out, it's the only true moment. So take a moment. I like to give about 3 cycles of breath for you to set an intention for this practice. So you're tuning in. What's the reason? What are you looking for? A positive affirmation, maybe starting with an I am or some kind of statement or a word. So calm, relaxation, groundedness, anything that has to do with that or something else. Okay, so do that for 3 cycles of breath. I'll give you a moment. When you're done, then just come off of your props and I'll be here for you, waiting for you. Okay, as you're finishing up, slowly, if you're on props, you'll come off of the props. You'll want to unroll the blanket if you had a blanket. You may or may not end up using this in the practice. You won't need the props. They're just there to support you. Let's stay on your back, and I'd like to guide you through some warm-ups. Then we'll do some movements in the spine and get up for our standing portion. Okay, so let's lie down on whatever surface. This could be your bed or a carpeted floor or your yoga mat. Go ahead, lie down, bend at your knees. And just start with a nice hug. So one knee comes into the chest or both knees can come into the chest. Put your hands on your knees, anywhere that feels good for you, and just pull the knees in gently by bending at your elbows and give yourself a hug. And then keep the hands on the knees somewhere they can move around. Just straighten the elbows out, straighten your arms out, and let the knees drop away. And adding on breath, the breath out pulls the knees into the chest a little bit or a lot. The breath in releases the knees away. So the knees to chest pose. So good for the low back. And great for us to just give ourselves the hug. Just doing this a few times with your breath. Breathe out through the nose, hug the knees in. Breathe in through the nose, release the knees away. Breathe out, give a hug. Breathe in, release. Last time. Hug the knees in and release. All right, let's step the feet down. One foot goes down at a time, one foot the other foot. Arms to your side, palms can face in, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Let's take a breath in and lift your arms up and overhead as much as they want to go this morning. So they might go halfway, they might go all the way up and overhead. And on an exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. On a breath in, put your hands behind the back of the right thigh and reach the right heel up to the ceiling for a big toe pose. On an exhale, Bend the knee, and you can hug the knee in. And if your hands can't reach, you don't have to have your hands anywhere. You can be on the ground. Whenever your next inhale comes, big toe pose, heel to the ceiling, toes back. On an exhale, bend the knee, maybe hug it in. Last one, you could hold here if you'd like in the big toe pose, or you could bend the knee and just circle your foot. So we'll circle your foot one direction a couple of times. You could be here or here. Circle your foot in the opposite direction. And then just point and flex the foot a few times, getting some nice movement in the joints for warm up. It's my favorite way to warm up, is just moving through all of the joints. Breathe naturally. All right, let's warm up the hips a little bit. We're going to cross the right ankle over your left knee, and the right foot is not on the leg. It's a little bit off if you can do that. The foot is a little flexed and bright, and you might just stay here. Just stay here with that left foot on the ground. Take a couple breaths. If you're interested in feeling this in a different way, you might bring this left thigh bone in towards the left shoulder. Some of you can hug behind the thigh. Some of you will be able to reach around the front of the shin. Some of you might have your arms down. Just see what works for you. If your hands can't reach and it's not feeling right for you, you can always keep the left foot on the ground and just gently pull this right knee and foot in towards you. So 1 or 2 breaths here. In and out through the nose. All right, let's step the left foot down. Tune into your breath again. And on an inhale, reach the right heel and foot up towards the ceiling, big toe pose. And on an exhale, bend that right knee and put the right foot on the ground. We're going to do a bridge pose. So please step the feet just a little bit into the body. Keep your feet about hip distance apart from each other, and the feet point straight forward. Arms to your side, bend at the elbows, palms face in, fingertips up towards the ceiling, robot arms. So step into the feet strongly. Take a breath in or out, whatever feels good for you. Lift the hips up, the knees point forward. You have some engagement in your glutes. Pressing into the forearms for bridge pose. And on your exhale, come down, maybe from the top of the spine to the mid spine to the low spine. Roll all the way down. And then let's hug the knees. One foot comes in at a time. Hug the knees to the chest again for that beginning. Exhale, inhale, arms straighten. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, arms straighten. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, knee, arms straighten, and then step your feet down. All right, we're going to do the other side, and then we'll come up to do some spine movements. Palms in, thumbs up, knees are bent. Take a moment, and whenever an inhale comes naturally, please lift both arms up and overhead. Feel that beautiful breath. And on your exhale, this time hug the left knee into the chest. On your inhale, reach the left heel up to the ceiling. You might put your hands behind the thighs. On your exhale, bend the knee and hug the knee to the chest. We'll do this just a few more times. Inhale, heel to the ceiling, toes back, a good hamstring stretch, good warm up for the knees. Exhale, hug the knee to the chest. You could stay here, or you could do one more big toe pose that you hold, and then circle the left foot around. Motion is lotion, getting that movement in the joints, and then circle the foot in the other direction. Point and flex your foot a few times. And you're naturally breathing in and out through the nose and feeling the breath. Keep coming back to the home of the breath. All right, getting into the hips now. So neutral foot. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, and the foot is not on the leg if you can handle that. Just take a breath here. This is a good place to just have an open hip, and you don't have to do anything more. If you would like to hug the right thigh bone in towards the right shoulder, you might put your hands behind the right thigh or around the front of the right shin. Or remember, you could also have that right foot on the ground and just be pulling that leg in, the top leg. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths, in and out through your nose. Nice external rotation of your the left femur bone in the hip. Okay, please step the right foot down on the mat and take a breath in. Reach the left heel up to the ceiling. On a breath out, bend the left knee, put the left foot down on the ground, and we'll do the bridge pose. So you can do the robot arms that we just did, or if you would like to get more stretch in the shoulders as you do this, you can lift your arms overhead. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up to you. Step into the feet. Feet are into the body just a little bit. Don't overdo it. They don't have to be way in. You don't want them way out. Just kind of this Goldilocks place. Okay. So step into the feet. On an inhale, lift the hips up and the arms go up and overhead. It's not feeling good. Stay with robot arms. And you can keep the arms overhead. Reach the fingertips towards the wall behind you as you roll down from the top of the spine to the mid spine to the low spine. Keep stretching those fingertips and get a good stretch. Take a nice breath in. And then on a breath out, one foot comes in at a time, hug your knees in. Okay? So just do a few of the knees to chest poses. And if you're somebody that you like to roll up, you can make yourself into a little ball and roll yourself up, or you can put your feet back down, lift an arm up and overhead, roll over to that side, knees are bent, stacked knees, stacked hips, stacked shoulders, and then use that top hand to press into the ground and walk up. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do some spinal movements from hands and knees. And if weight bearing on your hands isn't a great thing for you, you're welcome to sit. I have a blanket. I'm going to put the blanket under my knees. You don't have to have a blanket under your knees, but it just gives you a little extra padding. So let's do some 6 directions. I'll be moving my orientation. So sometimes I'll be facing you. Sometimes I'll go in the other direction. So a few things that you could do for your wrists, if they're feeling a little tired or weight bearing doesn't work out for you, you can come up onto fists, making fists and turning the thumbs straight forward. So for some people that works out. If you happen to have blocks in your home practice, coming up onto the medium height of the block, I've got cork blocks. They're really supportive and nice. I highly recommend them. You could come onto forearms and get the hands completely out of the equation. You could come onto forearms just on the ground, okay? So if you happen to have like a wedge or a ramp, you could use that. Or you could roll up. I have a really thick mat. This is a double mat, so I can't really do it. But you could, if you're on a yoga mat, you could roll up the top of the mat and put the roll right on the heel of the hands. Okay, so lots of things you can do. I like to warm up my wrists with some strength exercises, so I'm going to turn this way so you can kind of see. I learned this from Catherine Bruni-Young, and these, she calls them wrist push-ups. So come on down to your hands and knees. You could be cross-legged here if that's better. With your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, feet are pointed straight back, or the toes can be curled under, whatever feels best for you. Fan out those fingers, and you want to ground through the fingertips, ground through your finger pads. And on a breath in, lift the heel of the hand, lift the wrist up, but keep all the fingers and the roots of the fingers on the mat. For a push-up for your wrists, and then release them back down on the breath out. The inhale lifts the wrists up, exhale releases. So keep going with a few breaths. This is one of the most important things I've done for my wrists that has really helped my practice, this strengthening exercise. Inhale, lifting the wrists, exhale, release. Inhale, lift, last time. Release. So I'll do up to 10 to 12 of those. All right, adding on, you can curl the toes under, shift the hips back a little bit, and now just lift the fingers and the thumb. So the heel of the hand is on the ground, and then we'll rock forward and do the same push-up, lifting the wrist up, shift the hips back, lift all of your fingers, and just do those a few times, lifting the wrists, and then lifting the fingers, lifting the wrist, and lifting the fingers. All right, so come on to your tabletop. So you might want to just stand up on your shins for a moment, see how the wrists are feeling. If you need to shake things out, maybe open and close the hands a few times. That's nice. Okay, wiggle out the fingers. All right, let's do cat-cows. Here we go. Tabletop pose, fan out those fingers, ground through the L of the finger, the index pad, and the thumb pad. So a nice space in between each finger, groundedness through your fingertips. Point the toes straight back. Take a nice breath in through the nose, and on your exhale, tuck the tailbone, drop the head, and round that spine. Sit back towards your heels to get more of a stretch in the low back. On your next inhale, come back to table pose and reach your heart away from the navel. Tailbone gently lifts up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, drop the head. Give a good squeeze in the low belly. Maybe sit back towards your heels. On the inhale, come on back to cow pose, reaching that sternum away from the navel, tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine into your cat pose. Push into the mat. Maybe sit back. Inhale, release the tailbone gently and reach your heart forward. Maybe pull back on the mat with your hands in the cow. That's a little subtle cue. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into your cow. All right, come back to neutral place. Let's do some side stretching. Take a breath here. On your exhale, walk your hands over to one side. It doesn't matter, over to the left or over to the right. You can squeeze your shoulder. You can look back. And then look down in between your hands. And this is an add-on I love to do. Sit your hips back and out towards the opposite hip and let the head drop down. Reach through your front arm. For me, it's my right hand. I'm reaching through. Take a nice breath in. I almost lean into that side. And then inhale, come on back up. Take a step over to the center. Breathe in here. And on your exhale, walk over to the opposite side. So I'm walking over to my right side. Give a good squeeze. Breathe into the left ribs or whatever ribs are being stretched. And then sit the hips back and out. Kind of lean into that front arm or front armpit area, top arm. Inhale, come on back up. Walk yourself back to center. Okay, so let's do some twisting. Coming to your tabletop pose, we're going to stand strongly on your right arm and keep that right arm really grounded and supporting you. And on an inhale, reach the left ribs and then the left arm up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, thread your left arm behind your right standing arm and come on down to the side of your shoulder and your head. If your head doesn't reach and you have a block, you would put a block underneath your head or a pillow or anything you have. Take a breath there. Push into your standing hand and either come through table or fully unwind. Exhale, come on back down. Table pose. Stand strongly on your left arm. The right ribs will lift up. The right arm reaches up. On the exhale, thread that right arm behind your standing arm. Come down on the side of your head. Take a breath in between those shoulder blades. You can even press into your standing hand a little bit to get more of a twist. And let's press into your standing hand. Inhale yourself all the way up. Exhale. Come on back to table. Okay, so we did some warm-ups for a bunch of your joints and for your spine, and hopefully you felt your breath a little bit. So let's do some flows. Let's get into more movement. However you like to stand up, we're going to stand up. If you have blocks, you might use them in a couple different ways. You might use them during the lunge poses. You might use them as we get into a down dog or two. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. We are going to be low lunging. So if you have a sensitive knee and you want to put your blanket somewhere where you think you'll be able to step over it and put a knee down, you can do that. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So let's come to the top to standing. And find your mountain pose. This is such an important pose right now. Such an important pose. Let's start with our grounding. Take a look at your feet. We want to get the kneecaps pointed forward, and that may or may not mean that your feet are parallel. So kneecaps forward, let's ground into the feet by lifting all 10 toes and feel the big toe mound. Feel your pinky toe mound. Put the toes down, feel the middle of your heel. We call that the tripod. So stand strongly in that tripod. You can imagine you're pushing down and out with your feet. And have some strength in the legs. You can pull the kneecaps up a little bit, see if that helps you to feel grounded. And just imagine like roots growing out of your feet. Okay, so digitally we're gonna connect through the roots in our feet, the digital connection. And crown of the head lifts up, keeping the chin level. So shoulders are relaxed. You don't have to pull anything, just relax them. And then if you draw your shoulder blades gently towards each other just a little bit, and imagine you're trying to tuck the bottom of the shoulder blades into your back pockets, that might put the shoulder blades right onto your rib cage. You kind of want to glue the shoulder blades onto your rib cage. Tadasana. So feel strong. We're going to stay here before we go flowing. Feel that strength of the mountain. That stability, the foundation, the groundedness. And then we're bringing together by placing the hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. So I will be cueing you through some breath, but again, please breathe in whatever way feels the best for you. The most important thing is for you to take a lot of breaths that feel good and natural for you. If you are someone that knows how to do Ujjayi breath, I'll invite you to do some Ujjayi breath. That's soft breathing in the back of the throat. Okay. Let's begin with an inhale. However you like to get the arms overhead. Take a breath in, reach those arms overhead, maybe even look up just a little bit. Heart can reach up. On an exhale, bend your knees, come into chair pose, hips back, and let your arms reach a little bit behind you or stay right by your side. On the next inhale, stay in the chair pose, but just lift the arms and chest a little bit more. On an exhale, fold forward at your hips. And if you want to have hands on blocks, you could have hands on blocks or hands on the ground. Keep your knees bent. If you'd like to straighten your legs for a minute, you can here. Let's find the breath again. So step the right foot back on an inhale. On an exhale, put the right knee down. And you could stay here, or let's breathe in and lift the arms up and overhead for a nice upward lunge. On an exhale, hands come back down and step the front foot back. You might need to move your hand away. Step the front foot into table pose. And we could do a cat-cow here. Breathe out, cat. Breathe in, cow. If you love the downward dog, you could pop a down dog here, or walk your hands forward, shift the hips back, put your head down, and come into puppy dog pose. So that's going to be our home. I'm just coming up so you can hear me. This is our home place. Please take a few natural breaths here. If you would rather be sitting back in the child's pose, that might be really nice here. If you're in child's, take a couple breaths into your back. If you're in downward dog, feel your breath. Feel the Ujjayi if you're doing that. Okay, wherever you are, let's all come back to table. The hardest part for most bodies is stepping forward from table or from the down dog. So do your best to step the right foot forward. You can move that right hand out of the way, or you could be up on blocks or something. Try to get the right foot or pull the right foot up there. Step that foot forward and then slide the back foot forward. Keep the knees bent. Let's find the breath again. Inhale, keeping the knees bent, lift the arms up and overhead to chair pose. Exhale, the arms sweep slightly behind you or to your side. Inhale lifts you all the way back up. Maybe the heart lifts up. Exhale, hands back to Anjali Mudra. Okay, so you know where we're going now. Other side, get what you need. So if you wished you had something to support you, if you needed the blanket, or I don't know, if you have something else that would support you, grab it now. Because we're going to do a couple of these just flowing more and more as we learn the sequence. Okay, remember? Here we go, mountain pose. Grounding through the feet, down and out through the feet, lifting through the crown of the head. Relax your shoulders. Gently draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Tuck them into your back pockets. There might be, when you lift the ribs away from the hips, you might feel a little bit of engagement in the low belly. And let's bring your hands in front of your heart and take a moment for breath here. Find your intention for your heart beating. Feels so good to move. However you like to get the arms overhead, we'll take an inhale as you lift those arms up and overhead. Big stretch. Open up that heart if you'd like. On your exhale, the hands can come straight down the middle or alongside your body and straight back. The inhale will lift you back up. Arms and chest lifts, knees are bent. Exhale, fold forward, head drops down. Inhale, steps the left foot back, high lunge. Exhale, drops the knee down, low lunge. Inhale brings you into upward lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Step the front foot back on a breath in, table. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into down dog, puppy dog, or extended child's pose. This is our home. Taking up to 5 breaths in maybe this position. Down dog, puppy dog, extended child's. I'm in table so you can hear me. You could be in table too and just do a few cat cows if you'd rather. Oh wait, okay, let's everybody find your tabletop. And we're on the left side, so we need to step that left foot forward. Sometimes just coming up on the fingertips can be nice. We'll step the left foot forward however you can get there, just natural breathing. Slide the back foot forward, keep the knees bent, find your breath again. Inhale, keep the knees bent, lift the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, arms sweep to your side. Inhale, stand you up again, heart lifts. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Each side, one more time. Inhale, arms out and up, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward without bending the knees this time, or bend the knees if you'd like. Inhale, steps the right foot back. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale into table. So I just want to add a few things on. So you could do your cat-cow here and stay just doing regular cat-cow, or you can straighten out your right leg out to the right side. I have my toes pointed straight forward, and then do a cat-cow from here. So cat-cow would round the spine, tuck the tailbone. The inhale reaches the sternum away from the belly, and keep the cow. Curl the back toes under and sit your hips back a little bit to get a really good stretch in the inner thigh. Come back to center, and let's come back to your table pose, and we'll do the other side. If you don't like it, do your cat-cows. Step the left foot out to the side. My toes are pointed straight forward. And then do a cat pose, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lifts the sternum away from the belly button. Sit gently back. It's become one of my favorite stretches. Everybody who studies with me knows that. And then come back into your tabletop. All right, awesome. So if you would like to do downward dog here, puppy dog or extended child's, go for it. This is our home, where we're going to stay for a couple of breaths. Breathing in and out through the nose. If you haven't found Ujjayi breath, here's a beautiful time to find Ujjayi breathing. You could also just be in down dog for a breath or two and then come into a puppy dog or child's pose. All right, let's everybody come on back to your tabletop. We're on the right side. However, you're learning to get that right foot forward. Get that right foot forward-ish. Slide the left foot forward. And now on an inhale, lift yourself all the way up without that chair pose. Heart lifts up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So you're welcome to keep doing that chair pose in between, or you can do just the regular forward bend that I was doing, okay? Hands in front of the heart, left side. I'm gonna do different arms, just arms straight up this time, but you can do out to the side. Inhale, arms lift up, maybe look up, maybe lift your heart up. Oh, that feels good. Exhale, maybe hands down the midline, holding at those hip creases, let the head drop down. Inhale, steps the left foot back. Exhale, drops the left knee down. Inhale, lifts the arms up. Feels so good. Exhale, hands down. Inhale into table pose. So regular cat-cow if you'd like, or if you were digging those other cat-cows with the leg out, let's do it. Right leg out to the side. And now exhale into your cat round spine. Inhale into your cow. Hold the cow. I curl my right toes under and sit the hips back a little bit. So here's a little add-on. If you want to keep going, you could keep going. This is not going to be appropriate for everybody. Okay, there's all kinds of people online right now. But you could keep going until you're up on your toe mounds and the extended knee is pointed straight up. Okay, that's enough. Come on back. And let's come into table pose. Other side. Right leg out. Cat pose on an exhale. Cow pose on an inhale. Curl the back toes, left toes under, sit back, your hips back as much as you want. Sometimes I go low and get a different kind of experience. Use this time in home practice to experiment. If you want to keep going, walk back, walk back, walk. Make sure the toes are curled under. The knee pops up. I'm on my toe mounds. And then my extended leg, the knee and the foot turn up. And then walk yourself forward. Coming back into table pose. And here's our home. What do you want to do? I'm going to turn to this side. I haven't turned to this side yet. Do you want to pop up into a down dog? Hips back and up, head in between the upper arms, keeping your long spine. Knees can be really bent, feet can be really wide. So many choices in down dog. Or do you like the puppy dog pose? Or extended child's? Make a choice, or you could do each one for a breath. Find your inhale. Find your exhale. And please, let's come back, everybody, up into your table pose. We're stepping the left foot forward. Step the left foot forward. And then slide the right foot forward. Take a breath in. Lift yourself all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Okay, so how about one more round of a different variation of the sun salutation, and then we'll do some cool down. Okay, so I'm not even sure how long we've been going. Okay, it's been quite some time. So one more sun salutation, and then we'll cool down. You can do the one that we just did with the low lunge, okay? But I'm gonna add in some high lunging, and this is where you might want some blocks. I'll show you what this would look like with blocks. Nearby. Okay. Hands in front of your heart, mountain pose. Stand strongly in those legs. Lift up through the crown of the head. So we've done several flows. Just feel your energy starting to move. Feel the blood flow. Feel your heartbeat. You are alive and well. You're healing. Everything you're doing right now is so good for every single cell in your body. All right, inhale, arms out and up. If you'd like to reach your heart up, feel free to do that. Exhale, fold at those hips. You can bend the knees if you need to. Hands could be on blocks here. I have them on the lowest block. Inhale, step the right foot back. We're going to be in high lunge. On an exhale, step the front foot back into plank. I'm on blocks, but you could be on the ground. And now for an up dog, just keep the toes curled under. Let the hips drop down a little bit. Reach the heart away from the navel. Don't go too far. And then on your exhale, pull the hips back, up and back, stepping into your down dog. So again, I have my hands on those blocks to help me out. Take a few breaths in the down dog. You can definitely pedal out your feet here in down dog. So that's always a nice thing that people like to do, is bend one knee and drop the opposite heel. Just go back and forth. Or stay really still and just find your breath. We're on the right side. Let's step that right foot forward and slide the back foot forward. And then inhale as you lift up. Exhale, hands come back in front of your heart. So we'll do the other side. I'm not going to use blocks this time. And then we'll cool down. Your hands in front of your heart. Ground your feet. Lift through the crown. Make sure that rib cage is lifted off from your hips. Good space in the abdomen area. Feel that heartbeat. Inhale, arms out and up. Lift the heart up, maybe look up. Exhale, fold at those hips. Nice neutral spine coming into your forward bend. Knees can be bent. Inhale, steps the left foot back, high lunge. Exhale, steps the front foot back into plank, or you could go straight into down dog and then into plank. You could hold here, do knees down plank, or we can keep the toes curled under, release the hips just a little bit, mostly reach the sternum away from the belly. Push into the floor, relax your shoulders away from your ears. And then down dog, hips back and up. You can walk it out here a little bit. You can shift, bend your knees and sort of shift your hips from side to side or shake your head out. So many things to do in the down dog. Find your Ujjayi breath. We're on the left side, so this is hard, especially if you don't have blocks. You can step the left foot forward, or I'm just going to show you. You can walk. Just give yourself like walk, walk, walk until you get space. And then inhale, arms lift up. Exhale. All right, so let's cool down and do Savasana. So if you would please get down onto your mats. Lie down and let's cool down. If you have a strap, let's find the strap. Definitely have a blanket nearby or couch cushions or anything that will feel nice underneath your knees for Shavasana. I just have this stuff nearby me. Okay, so cool down. I like to do a locust pose here. You could also do bridge pose if you would rather, or anything that you feel like that you love to do. So locust pose will get us onto the bellies, all the way down. Feet point straight back. Arms come down to your side, palms down. Sometimes people practice with palms up or in, so you can play with that. But palms down, forehead down, lift the shoulders away from the floor, and then on an inhale, lift the legs, lift the heart away from the navel, gaze down your nose, hold here. Your hands can be on the mat, or you might lift the arms up. Try to hold here for a breath or two. If it's hard to hold, then come out of it, take a breath, and then come back in. So look down the nose, make sure you're long in the back of the neck, squeezing the glutes, strong in the back, and then release all the way back down to the floor. Take a breath. Good. Okay, let's come on out. Push yourself up and out. And we'll come on to the back. Everything else we'll do now will be on the back body. Let's do big toe pose. And then we'll do knees to chest pose. And then we will relax together. Okay? So grab what you need. You can also have your blanket near you, and get your socks near you and get your sweatshirts, you should have some cozy stuff in your house that you can use for Shavasana. Lie back. Whatever you're using for a strap, let's keep your knees bent and then lift the right foot up, put the strap or the bathrobe, belt or tie, or whatever you have. Put that around either your toe mounds if that feels good, or some people put this around. Let's put it around your arch, and we'll do the Roman shoe version from Doug Keller. So you're holding on the opposite sides of the strap, and then you cross the strap around the front of the foot, the front ankle, and then you cross it around the calf area. Hands can walk up the strap and hold on to opposite sides of your calf, opposite sides of the knee. Make sure you're not reaching so far forward that you're pulling the arms out of the socket. So you relax the shoulder blades onto the ground. Arms are straight. And this, for a lot of bodies, you can get that nice binding. If arms straight really is tiring your hands and you would like to just slide your hands down the strap, you should do that and ground through the forearms. And some of you will straighten the bottom leg, and that gives you the sensations you're looking for. But most bodies, it feels really nice to have that knee bent. And we're going to stay here for lots of breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel all of the sensations in the back of the thigh, the back of the calf. You want this lifted leg to be straight. So if the knee is bent, you probably need to ease up on where you're holding the strap and release the leg away from the body a little bit. Relax your jaw. Soften your eyes. We're starting to cool everything down. Okay, let's do the other side. Let's take the strap off. Take a moment. It's always really nice after that pose to just straighten both legs and for a breath or two, notice one leg versus what you feel in your right leg. Okay, bend both knees and put the strap around the foot, at the bottom of the foot. Let's do it at the arch. So if the Roman shoe wasn't a lovely place for you, then you can hold on to opposite sides of this strap. You could cross around the front of the ankle, cross around the back of the calf for that Roman shoe. Choosing your hand placement and then finding your own breath. The breath is the special sauce of yoga. It's the most important part. It's what makes it so different than anything else. So keep coming back to that on the mat and off the mat. Staying in the present moment by feeling sensations in your body. Make sure that that lifted leg, the leg is straight without locking out that lifted knee. So either ease up on the straps or pull the straps, pull the leg closer to you until you get the sensations you're looking for through the calf and through the hamstrings. You always want to feel, especially when we hold, you want to feel more sensation in the belly of your muscles and not in the places where it crosses over the joint. So kind of right in the mid-thigh, back of the thigh area and the mid-calf area. And if you're feeling it way down in the sitting bone, especially for really experienced yoginis, you need to relax this stretch. Don't stretch as much because you're pulling at attachment points. Okay, so let's come out of here, release the strap. And the last few poses we'll do, you can have one knee or both knees into the chest. If you're giving both knees, maybe just depending on your proportions, what's going on in the front of the body and how long your arms are. If you'd like to try to give yourself even a bigger hug, you can do that. If you want to lift the head or the shoulders off the mat a little bit to make yourself into a little ball, you could do that. Anything that would feel good, just giving yourself a hug and holding for a breath or two. Don't hold if your head is up. Just do that for a breath and come back down. Once you're down, let's hold this for just a couple breaths. We're going to end with either the straddle pose where you keep your feet off the ground, you open up the knees and just hold on to somewhere on the shin or the ankle. Or you can come to your feet on the ground and knees open. And if you've got blocks near you, you could put blocks underneath your thighs. Either one of these places, experiment for a minute and see which feels good. The point here is to open up your groin area, the hips and the pelvic floor where we hold a lot of fear. So we're going to let that go. Tune into an inhale, and can you feel on your breath in a little bit of pressure pushing down on the pelvic floor to release that holding? And then on an exhale, you might feel a little bit of a lifting of the pelvic floor. Don't do a Kegel, don't pull it up. Let it do what it wants to do. On the inhale, feel some expansion, maybe in the low abdomen and through the pelvic floor. On the exhale, release. Exhale's pretty passive. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, so let's bring those knees together one more time. Step your feet down. Time for Savasana. I'm coming up, but stay low. In Savasana, I'm just going to come a little closer to the camera. So all sorts of things that you can do in Savasana. You can put the blanket roll underneath your knees. You can bend your knees and put your feet on the ground. You can roll over onto your side and do a side lying Shavasana. You can lie on your stomachs and do a prone Shavasana, a belly down Shavasana. So find anything. You can put your legs up the wall. Right? Find any position that feels grounding. It feels that you can let go. I'll just give you a little bit of time here to figure that out for yourself. Get warm. Make sure you put on your socks and all of your things. Okay, wherever you are, let's just take a few moments for a little bit of pranayama. Nothing major. I just want you to feel your own breath. In and out through the nose. And just notice before we start to breathe, do you feel anything different than when you first started, before you did yoga? There's so much magic inside yourself that yoga just exposes. The healing. And now please begin to even out your breath. And you can do this by counting. So you might just count 3 or 4 for an inhale and 3 or 4 of an exhale. If it's really out of balance, take your time before you try to get the evenness, okay? So sometimes the inhale is so much shorter or longer than the exhale. And you can stay with this nice even breathing for a little while. Or you might extend the exhale. Exhale directly relates to calming down our nervous system. So if you're at a 3 or 4 count for both inhale, exhale, try to extend now on your next breath, the exhale by a count or 2. Go slowly. If the extended exhale is feeling comfortable inside the body, you can keep going, but don't go past your comfort level. Some of you might get to a place where you are doubling the exhale, and maybe you're even feeling the inhales deepening too. There's no right or wrong, but perhaps you're at a 5 count inhale, 6 or 7 exhale, or 8 exhale, or maybe just feel it without counting. So I'm going to stay quiet while you figure that out. Notice when the mind wanders and just come back. Always come back to that breath. After your next full incomplete exhale, release all breath technique. And let's get into Shavasana. So if you need to do anything else to make yourself more comfortable, do that. If you feel like rolling over onto your belly or onto your side, do that. This is our destination here, Shavasana. It's vital. Don't skip it. This is the place where everything gets integrated. This is the place where we start to have glimpses to the true self, where we feel the connection. The translation for Shavasana is corpse pose, and it's often said that it's the death of the ego in this moment, where you get to release everything. We need the ego in our day-to-day life, but not in Shavasana. Here you let go of all of your labels and identities, your roles, your responsibilities. It's time to let it go and be here. Just present, lying wherever you are, letting the breath breathe you, letting the yoga that we did become the yoga, become the union in the body. Bring your awareness to your head and start to relax and smooth out your forehead. Soften right in between your eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let the eyes drop into the eye sockets towards your brain and relax your brain. Soften your cheeks, release your jaw, unhinge the top and bottom jaw, and let the tongue relax somewhere. Maybe it slips into the bottom jaw, relaxes. Relax your neck. Feel the back body, the top of the spine, in between the shoulders, your mid-spine, the low back, your whole back releases. Bring your awareness to your heart space and open up here. You might even visualize a flower blossoming or bright white light coming from your heart, and through our digital connection, connect with everybody who's relaxing right now. Bring your awareness to your abdomen, soften your abdomen, release, surrender, release your pelvic floor. Bring your awareness to your arms, your shoulders, upper arms, forearms, hands, wrists, relax, let go in your arms. Feel both legs. Let go in the legs, the thighs, the back of the thighs, the knees, your shins and calves, feet. Have a deep sense of relaxation through your entire body right now. Can you let go more? Sink into the surface under you. Let the earth support you. You don't have to hold. The gravity pull all of your worries out of your system. Just let them sink into the earth, drop away from your body drop away from your nervous system. Feel that deep peace that is inside of you. It's there. The yoga helps to expose it, but it's always there. 3 times to bring us out. Please begin to deepen your breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Start to slowly wiggle your fingers and toes and ankles and wrists, feeling the physical sensations in those parts of the body. Be mindful. And then move other parts of your body, feeling the physical self again. You might stretch or do something I didn't do in the practice, something small that would feel really good. You could hug your knees in, anything you want to do. I think it's nice to bend the knees, feet on the ground, and choose an arm to lift up and overhead on an inhale, and then you roll over towards that arm, stacking the shoulders, hips, and knees. And then slowly walk the hands down the mat to lift yourself up. So let's all come on up. Sit up in whatever orientation works for you. I'm up on a block. Maybe sit cross-legged or sit with your legs in front of you. Sit back on your heels. And let's just take a moment. Close your eyes. You can put your hands on your thighs if you're in cross-legged, or the palms can be up, whichever. Just want you to listen to this Buddhist meditation that's very important right now. You can either close your eyes or you can watch me, either way. And say to yourself, listen to the words, may all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from suffering. Let's place our hands in front of your heart, or maybe right on your heart. That can feel really nice. I have so much gratitude for all of you for coming and doing this practice. You are making a huge difference in yourself, which affects the people around you, your loved ones, your neighborhood, our community. So keep doing your yoga, stay connected. You are okay. We're going to make it through this. We are going to make it through this together, and we're going to be stronger. We're going to be stronger than we ever have been. Namaste, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.